Happy Tuesday, witches. Today's card pull is from our Witch Oracle card deck, written by Angie Sullins. Artwork is by Silas Tabal. Today's note from our Witches Almanac is that the moon is in Taurus. Divine Masculine. Chances are, unless you are one of the very lucky few, you were not raised with a living example of the divine masculine embodied. The reason for that is because the men in our culture are also bombarded with messages of what they should and shouldn't be doing. They are required to ditch their inner feminine in order to be perceived as being tough and powerful. They often contort themselves to meet the unrealistic demands of a toxic patriarchy. That means we were not exposed to the healthy traits of masculinity, such as balanced leadership, conscious protection, and healthy assertiveness. They were all in short supply. As a result of the masculine voice inside of our heads often being critical, harsh, and domineering, your femininity deserves an inner masculine presence who encourages, leads, challenges, and downright worships your femininity. A witch knows that while she may not have been raised with a good example of masculine divine, it is her job to discover a means of growing him within herself. She is willing to release the toxic thoughts and ideals inside her head that would diminish or try to control her. She is willing to embrace the fierce, wild God inside herself who can hold her feminine in his great protective arms. Now is the time to banish the drill sergeant of the psyche and formulate a new relationship to encourage the male presence inside of yourself. Many of us do not know what a positive masculine influence is in our life. One of the plethora of reasons is because of toxic masculinity has been so revered and honored and taught to what is a good example of what masculinity should look like. We are now awakening and realizing just how much damage this perspective is, not only to the women in the world, but to the world itself. Today, the card is challenging us to do something nice and honor your inner masculine divine.